students, welcome to module 3 of information transfer. Let's quickly begin with the next type of diagram. Now let us learn to draw a tree diagram, okay? Now first of all, how does a tree diagram look? This is how a diagram will look, a tree diagram. Alright, you must have seen this in your science textbooks more often. Alright, now steps to draw a tree diagram. These are really very easy steps. Give an appropriate title first of all, because you'll have to actually put the heading first and only then can you make the layers, right? Read the passage and mark all the points in the first layer. Then make the first layer of the tree diagram. Mark the subdivisions of the first layer. Use only keywords. Now I'm sure you'll understand this when I practically take one paragraph for you. Okay, so let's quickly take a paragraph. Okay, it's about literature, and now let's start following the steps. First step is give appropriate title. So when you read the passage, you know that literature is the title of this passage. Okay, this is all about literature. Step number 2, read the passage and mark all the points in the first layer. Now, what do you mean by that? First of all, the entire paragraph is about literature, so you will have something about different types of literature, okay? Poetry, drama, novel and short stories. Now, this is going to be your first layer. So, now put all this in the form of the first layer. Mark the first layer of the tree diagram, okay? This is what you've done, poetry, drama, novel, short stories. Now, put it in the form of the tree diagram. You make lines in such a way, divide the entire line into 4 parts, put arrowheads everywhere and then start writing poetry, drama, novel, short stories. Okay, now mark the subdivisions of the first layer. That means you'll have to look for poetry and its subdivision. For example, here poetry is of 2 types, imaginative and realistic. So, you will make your second layer here. Similarly, for drama, quickly find what are the different types of dramas that you can get, comedy and tragedy. So, again 2 divisions here, comedy, tragedy. Then, when you come to novel, there's a variety of it. So, you will find historical, psychological, realistic, scientific, regional. Okay, now since it is not going to fit in the same line, you can make a longer arrow and then subdivisions below it and then put each one like this. And if you see, for short stories, there is no other subtype, so it remains as it is. And finally, okay, use only keywords. This is a very important point. You cannot write sentences here. Pick 1 or 2 keywords which are important from the paragraph and put them in your tree diagram. So, this is how you make your tree diagram. I'm sure you've made them before or at least seen them in your textbooks, science or geography textbooks. Okay, so it's really easy. Now, let's move on to the next one, that is a fact file. Now, fact file is basically of 3 types. What 3 types are they? Place, person and thing. So you may be asked to make a fact file of a place or a fact file of a thing or a fact file of a person. Now, use 8 points to write a fact file of a place. That means we are first going to learn about how to write the fact file of a place. Okay, these are the 8 points to remember: location, distance, mode of transport, accommodation, best time of the year to visit that place, uniqueness, what to see, and anything special. Now, let's see how to actually do it. They will, give you something. So, let us first learn how to write a fact file. The paragraph is given to you. It's about Ooty. Okay. Now, first of all, you should remember all the 8 points of the fact file. Give a heading, fact file of Ooty. Okay. Now, use those 8 points that we have just read and start collecting information. The first point was location. Which location are we talking about? Ooty. So, write Ooty. Then, see to it that you also deal with the distance. Distance in your paragraph is given as 1170 kilometers from Mumbai. The next is mode of transport, and again look for it in your paragraph. Mark the appropriate points and put them down. If you observe, I am putting all the colons one below the other and all the information on one side. The next point is accommodation. Okay, again look for it. Okay, we have a lot of options here. To make accommodation a little more realistic, you can put in at least 2 or 3 names of hotels or restaurants or resorts where people can stay with the amount payable per head per day. Okay, then the next is best time of the year. So in your paragraph it's given October to June, so you write it. Similarly, uniqueness. What's the uniqueness of this place? So there are a lot of unique places to visit, okay, which are found only here. So that's the uniqueness. Then what to see? So there are various places, a lot of options to go to, Ooty Garden and so on. All right. And then the last point, that is anything special. Here you're going to have a few things that are especially found in this place. So something like boating at Paikara. Now, what's the difference between uniqueness and anything special? Uniqueness is something that is only found over there, and anything special, something like boating, can be found anywhere, but here you have specially boat riding, so you put it in anything special. This is how you write your fact file of a place. Okay, let's meet in the next module to learn the remaining two.